Hi guys, this is Magda. Welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another speed build. So today what I decided to make is a Barbie playhouse. Of course, inspired by the new Barbie movie that's out in theaters now. This playhouse ends up just having one bedroom and two bathrooms. What I had envisioned for this house is just a basic playhouse, I guess you could say. So I was just inspired by having the memory of a dollhouse or the Barbie house and opening it up and just having like the basics in the Barbie house, like having the bedroom and closet and the pool and the kitchen and the living room. And I wanted it because it's well, I didn't want it to go, all out as far as like a mansion or having multiple bedrooms just because it's already a lot with so many shades of pink. I just wanted to kind of keep it simple as far as like the overall structure of the house. So I imagine that this is kind of like a Barbie playhouse, but I imagine that maybe it's like the hangout house because of the pool. And originally I was going to add like a DJ setting or like setup in that balcony right there and the upstairs balcony, but I ended up not using that space for that. I ended up just having just a regular like outdoor table. And what I can say that making this house taught me is to not be so indecisive just because there are so many multiple shades of pinks and there's so many ideas that you can play with as far as recreating a Barbie dollhouse or a Barbie playhouse. I ended up being very indecisive and I would choose something and then go back and change it just to end up having the original item that I had originally chosen. So, I can say that it did teach me to be just trust my gut. So I had a lot of fun making this house overall. This front area is one of my favorite spots of the house, even though it's so simple. I feel like because again, having the memory of having a Barbie playhouse, I always had the ones that you would open up and it would always have some type of like little garden area or like where the mailbox was, and I try to recreate that. So I don't know. I feel like it was a nice touch. So of course I added the pool and I go back and forth with those floaties and I actually end up choosing the first one. So you won't see that until the end in the screenshots. I believe that's off camera is when I switch it out. So I kind of just play around with different shades of pinks. And I want to say I do add like a couple shades of like purples and stuff. And as far as the inside, I was just again inspired by imagining what the inside of a playhouse, Barbie dollhouse would look like. So it was kind of like a mismatch of like different types of decor. So I had like the classic Barbie or like the royal Barbie, I guess you could say, mixed with like more of like a modern touch and just like the basic Barbie couches or colors. But overall, I feel like I really liked how all the themes kind of mesh together at the end. And in the kitchen, I do stick with those cabinets. I originally wanted to use the other ones that came with the country kitchen kit, I believe, that were just a prettier swatch of pink. But because it did have like the more of like the rustic and distressed looked, I that's not really what I was going for as far as in this build. So I just stuck with the regular base game cabinets, which I feel like ended up looking good as well. And overall, as far as the kitchen, I feel like it came out pretty decent and pretty fast. I moved on to the living room just because I wanted to make sure that I was going to have enough space for the living area. I actually did not stay with those couches. I ended up switching them out and adding two accent chairs and just a regular couch. There I go switching it out because I added like those kind of candle looking shelves on that back wall just to add a little bit more of like personality and to kind of break it up a little bit just because I feel like it is a small space and there wasn't really much room for anything like else as far as like furniture wise. So I feel like that was perfect because it was kind of like into the wall. It kind of looked like built-in shelves. So I do go back into the kitchen and I do add like just the simple stuff. I feel like again what you would see in a dollhouse. So like shelves and plants, regular clutter items, and I surprisingly did not do the second floor, before doing the first floor, just because I knew it was gonna be tricky, and I knew that it was gonna be just one bedroom. So I feel like I kind of got away with just going straight into the first floor and decorating everything. So I have an accent wall here where the computer is at. I really like that touch because I feel like it kind of made it pop a little bit. And moving on to the open closet space, I guess you could call it. This is where the Dream Home Decorator pack came into play a lot just because I used a lot of those items. So I kind of got carried away with like adding the clutter, but I feel like it's, kind of appropriate as far as, making the Barbie playhouse. So I do add, I want to say, on the other side, after I do the bedroom, on the other side of the open closet space, I add more of those cabinets and I kind of use it as a dresser space just because I didn't have enough room in the bedroom to add a dresser. And I also wanna say I do add a, I guess you can say like a floating shelf, underneath the TV, just because I feel like it was kinda open and I wanted to add something else to kinda make it look more, I don't know, filled in. And I do move on here into the bathroom here shortly. I do want to say that the bathroom downstairs, I do decorate it off camera. I somehow forgot to record it, or my computer didn't catch it, but of course, the screenshots will be at the end so you guys can see that. It kind of looks similar to the bathroom upstairs. So, I end up adding those butterfly paintings there on that wall, but I actually end up switching it for the star mirror that has lights on it here in just a minute. I feel like it looked more, I don't know, looked more appropriate. I guess you can kind of consider this house kind of like a glam Barbie house. I don't know if that would be the term for it, but yeah, I added that mirror there, and I also added a mirror downstairs in the entryway as well. But yeah, so here finishing up the bathroom, just adding whatever I could find pink as far as like bathroom items. That is what I placed in here. So yeah, switching out that painting for the mirror and adding those mats, those rugs in the bathroom, and I started working on the balcony, but then I remembered that I needed to work on the entryway. So I add the lamp, and I want to say I add a plant on that table, and I kind of keep it very simple. I don't clutter it too much. So moving on now onto the balcony, I add that dining table, the outdoor dining table, and I want to say that's it. Just a couple of plants, and I kept it very simple. Again, I kind of assumed that this house is like for entertaining, so I kind of kept that in mind and just added the bar area, some plants, switch out the floaty, and I want to say I just add more like landscaping, some more plants, and I add an umbrella table also as well where the pool chairs are at. And downstairs, I actually add like another living space, like another living room. So there's a TV out here. And I do add, I want to say a rug and just the couches down underneath the deck. And I want to say that's pretty much it. So I will be moving into the screenshots now. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If so, give it a big thumbs up. Leave any comments or suggestions down below, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Bye.
I've been losing sleep. What to do? Could somebody come and take me away? I've been in the deep. Wake me from this dream I've been in. I need to get in closer to you. I swear you might succeed. Oh baby, I've been waiting for you. Now we are one.